Today's programming was provided from funding from the Crane Room Grill and Banquet Center, 3009 Wilmington Road. A special thanks to the Crane Room for their participation. A special thank you to Tuscany Square Restaurant, Wilmington and Mitchell Roads, for providing funding for this program. Today's programming was provided from funding
For all the numbers in life, talk to State Farm agent Michael Joseph in Newcastle. State Farm is there.
This program furnished by a grant from Keystone Specialty, Newcastle's party store on Mill Street in Newcastle.
Newcastle, and welcome to NewsWatch. Yes, March 9th. And that's Maroon 5 as they take us with a little sugar through this middle of the week. And what a Tuesday. If you were watching or listening, great, utterly fantastic game between Newcastle and Beaver Falls. And I'm going to take this moment to congratulate the Beaver Falls Tigers. First of all, the skill that they exhibited throughout the season, their outstanding sportsmanship, and their WPIAL title ranks them among champions. And hats off. What a closely contested ball game. And if you get a chance, tune back in, watch the replay on NCTV45. Utterly amazing what had happened for those viewers at the end of the game. There was approximately 7 seconds on the clock, and Marcus it was 53-50. He made the foul shot to make it 54. And at that point in time, the clock operator forgot to turn on the clock. The team came down and they missed the shot, and Newcastle secured the rebound after Beaver Falls had put up 2. So it made it 52-56, and that was the final score. Newcastle won 56-52. It was just a tremendous game, and enough can't be said.
Funding for this program provided by Washington Center Physical Therapy, Norm A. Gabriel, MSPT ATC owner.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Today's program was furnished by a grant from the Beanery Depot and Deli, featuring coffee, made-to-order subs, and snacks. The Beanery Depot and Deli in Mahoningtown. Today's programming was provided from funding from. Today's program was paid for by a grant from Pegley's Pasta and More, East Washington Street in Newcastle. Mr. Pizza provided a grant for this program. Mr. Pizza, East Washington Street.
Now, and arguably, those are the top two teams in the West. But they got put into a bracket which places them to go play the winner of the Archbishop Carroll and Bishop McDevitt Crusaders. Well, Bishop McDevitt was able to squeeze out a 62-60 victory, which is going to place McDevitt to play Newcastle, while the Highlands Golden Rams and the Mars Fighting Planets stay at home and play each other. I guess that's just how the seeding works. And so the Canes are still hanging around the state playoffs, and they will be in action on Friday. Time and place to be mentioned. Now, usually we would tell you what the temperature outside is. So let's kind of get to that. Currently 45 under partly cloudy skies. The winds are calm. The coffee's delicious. For those of you wondering, it just unbelievable couple days. We're combining only, don't get your shorts in an uproar here, only for the next couple days. The number of activities that come through this community station, tremendous. So we're taking NewsWatch and we're taking the morning show, and we're putting them into one because you just can't do too much more than this station's doing at this present time without folks wanting to get involved. So I throw this out to you, and there's some discussion always about different groups to form, and there's a lot of opportunity. Just got to make sure that you participate. Now, let's get to a few of these top stories as we cruise through this day. Tickets are on sale for this, and donations will go to the local police officer and family. May 22nd at Cascade Park. Yes, you got it. It's the Durrells. Now, how could you beat that? You got, excuse me, as the gymnasium was very loud last night. You have the Durrells on the 22nd and the Dust Off Car Cruise on the 29th. And yeah, I know there's nothing to do here. You could get bored. You can't go to a basketball game. Yeah, I get it, really. I don't. Tomorrow is open mic night over at the Confluence. Bob Shago, and that comes in from my good friend over there. Now, tonight, did you ever wonder about the history of scouting in Lawrence County? Well, that's available to you by going to the Hoyt. And stop out, check it out. And it's a tremendous, you're not going to go to the Hoyt for that, though. You're going to go to the Historical Society. Call 724-658-4022. Now you know why I'm drinking this coffee. If you better get to NCTV45 and watch the playlist. Now, I know you're going to say, why did he do it that way? Well, Ashbet, I'm going to tell you. When I say, don't jam the lines when we're working on a game or something, I know a lot of people are very friendly. Last night we got knocked off air in that last between 5 minutes and 2 minutes of the game. And it made it very, the score was 50-40. And Jeter for Beaver Falls made the foul shot, made it 50-41. Then, Beaver Falls stole the ball twice and hit 2 3-pointers, making it 50-47, to which the Canes hit a 3, making it 53-47. And at that point, there was 2 minutes left and our cameras came back on. So, history is scouting today at the Lawrence County Historical Society. March 11th. Yes, and March 12th. It's a 2-day drug and alcohol summit, and I'm going to air some of that, some of those videos today for you to check out. The number to call if you have a question is 724-654-8111. And it's really a productive meeting, especially if you have teenagers and sometimes they don't always make the best choices. Sometimes adults don't either.
Today's programming provided by Geno's Grocery, Deli, Lottery. Convenient and on your way. Geno's in Mahoningtown. A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this program. This program furnished by a grant from Perrot Brothers. 2 locations, Newcastle on Mill Street and Wilmington Road in Newcastle.
Mr. Bob Art on a Cart, March 12th. It's St. Patrick's Day theme, and Zent Tangle Design. Check it out with Art on the Cart with Bob. 1 to 2:30 down at Wampum Street Station. Coffee Connections. Hey, Miss Miller, give me a call. RSVP to Courtney Miller by Friday, the 18th. Her email address, cmiller2@primary-health.net. Now, tonight is the Lawrence County, annual chamber dinner, 5 o'clock at the Scottish Rite Cathedral. So some of you may be taking that in. March 11th, St. James the Apostle. Guess what they're doing? They're having fish from 4 to 7. They do a great job out there. Stop by. And let's take a break here and hear a word from our sponsors. Welcome back. And I'm going to have to, at this point, talk about our sponsors because they are really a magnificent group. And we've got to the point where, we're doing a lot of things. They're keeping this station on the air, and I'm going to mention them. Arlington Market and the Beanery Depot and Deli, 2 great businesses, both, one in Mahoningtown, one on Arlington Avenue. And, you have to hats off. That tells you about the grassroots people that care about this station. Bill's Bake Shop, Butts Flowers, Cedars, Crane Room, and Cholula and Corny. Down there on the south side, doing a great job. DiCaprio Cleaners, Perrot Brothers, and they're right across from Cholula and Corny. Now think about it. Cholula and Corny, Keystone Specialty, who I haven't mentioned yet, and Perrot Brothers, right there, making sure you get community television. Hey, you going to be afraid of the South Side? Big Paulie's is down there now. He's got everything under control. And he's a sponsor of NCTV45. Got to check that out. That's I love the South Sider, but I'm going back for the Cuban pork. InfoCision, Geno's, Gallows, and you know, oh, I can't find a job. Oh, I can't find a job. Why don't you go up to InfoCision here? They'll put you to work just like that. You know, get off your duff a little bit. They're a great employer. Geno's, Gallows, Little Johnny's too, Mr. Pizza, who, like, takes care of me. Between him and Little Johnny's, they keep me awake because you'll always need sauce. I don't care what they say, you need sauce. Main Street Clothiers and Tailors, Paul D. Weller, Hardware. State Farm, Michael Joseph. Now there's a guy stepping up to the plate. Now, no, it's not because when he played football at Neshannock, I was a coach, and he's just a great guy. So for your financial needs, go see Michael Joseph at State Farm. You got a reputable company, and you got a great hometown agent. What more could you want? Melva's Deja Vu, where everything old is new again. Tuscany Square, the YMCA, Washington Center Physical Therapy, and NCTV45. And sometimes that's my son, who I pack a lot onto. The new sponsors, Mary Turner's Day Spa, So stop to think about this. Refresh Dental. Now, tremendous sponsors doing extraordinary things right here in the greatest castle in the world. Makes you want to ask, what are you doing? Are you showing up at a New Visions meeting? Are you taking the time to go to a high school basketball game? Oh, it's easy while the team's winning and the band's playing to be part of the crowd. We got baseball coming up, and NCTV45 is going to be there. Go out to the Diamond and watch the boys play. Watch the girls play a softball game. That means community. That gives support. That lets you know what's going on in your community. Along here with NCTV45, available anytime on your time. Now, as I return to the top stories of the day, March 12th.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine. Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
It's the New Wilmington Area Chamber of Commerce Expo. That's out at Westminster College Fieldhouse. March 12th, the Crisis Shelter Auction. It's the 28th annual, and it's at the Scottish Rite Cathedral. So just giving you some ideas of things available to you. You know, you only have a little bit of time. I finally got this story all the way straight. Ashley Lynn Janock, try and say that. It's time for the craft and vendor event to benefit the Lawrence County Humane Society. Tables are $25. You must have signed contracts and they must be in March 18th. No exceptions. Okay, and that's going to take place at the Newcastle Christian Academy. And I already told you about the Rapid Tappets car cruise, so I'm not going to go through and kill this point. Remember, down at St. Vincent de Paul, they also have that fish fry. Now, let's
Funding provided by Main Street Clothiers and Tailors, Washington Street, Newcastle. Special thanks to Little Johnny's 2 downtown, who provided funding for this program.
take a look at sports. When we come back, it'll be, yes, the Cedars Sports Corner, right after these messages. And yes, now it's time for that Cedars Sports Corner. And as we reported last night, the Newcastle Red Hurricanes 56, Beaver Falls 52. Bishop McDevitt 62, Arch Carroll 60. The Highland Golden Rams will be taking on the Mars Planets 68-58, 68-55, Highlands won, and 58-56, Mars won. Now, over on the professional sports side of things, and you know, we're going to just take this as it comes because that's how it is. Toronto beat Brooklyn. San Antonio, yes, the Spurs, my son's happy, 116-91 over Minnesota. Denver beat New York, and that's the Knicks. Atlanta, 91, Utah, 84. And to all the people watching in Atlanta, and I thank you, let's go Hawks. I'm starting to find a new love for the Hawks with all your kind words. It was Portland beating Washington, and the Los Angeles Lakers, well, they beat Orlando. Now, in men's college basketball, again, they're not going to tell you the tournament scores. So we're going to go on to the NHL, where the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I know they should have been on top, Gary. I know it. But I'm trying to soften the blow. The Islanders beat them 2-1. But those scary Columbus Blue Jackets, if you're a Blue Jacket, wow, I'm afraid of you. They won 5-3. The Rangers topped Buffalo 4-2. It was Carolina beating the Ottawa Senators 4-3. And Montreal 4-3 over the Dallas Stars. Boston beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 1-0. So in Nashville over the Winnipeg Jets 4-2. San Jose over Edmonton 3-0. And that rounds out our Cedars Sports Corner. So we're going to take a quick time out. And when we come back, a whole bunch more stuff. Welcome back. And, you know, quite a bit going on. Let's get out here and check our people that are watching live, because that's what we do. We invite everybody, and I tell you, text me, don't call. This isn't the call-in show. You can't. I'll tell you, we'll have a call-in show for you, but you just can't pick up the telephone and say, "Well, geez, I'm going to talk to George." My name isn't George either. You know, we have so many things happening at this station at this time. It's always kind of difficult to touch all the bases, but we appreciate you being around. Now let's type a good morning to those listening online, and as we do that, let's go over here and
Today's program furnished by funding from Gallows Italian Villa, Wilmington Road, Newcastle. Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere. Today's programming was provided through funding from DiCaprio Cleaners. DiCaprio Cleaners in Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
clear some things up. First of all, to my dearest mother-in-law, Betty Alisco, happy birthday. Hope you're going to have a great day. Now, we've got all kind of messages. Before the game, they had a moment of silence for Ronnie Alexander. And at that point in time, and let me explain something to you. I'm actually glad when the bigger studios cover at least the championship game and maybe the semifinals, because it is very difficult, and that's why we look for people to cover some of the events when the venue is brand new. And, there's you can get technical difficulties, everything stop up. Mary Rose, I hope that's at the beginning, but I'm not sure if we caught it. As we continue through the mailbag, the benefit is getting closer for Rachel and Ian, and we appreciate that. Now there's a whole bunch of people that mentioned me. Samara Reese Richardson. Okay, and I'm just going to go through and Dorian Henderson. Thanks, Ange. Canes win. Jason Gensta. Okay, thank you for being an NCTV45 person. And I'm just flicking through as we go through. People watching were telling others about the game, and that's a great thing. And I apologize, but when you get this many emails, they've added a kids area to the Back to the 50s weekend. Spectators are $5 a person, and kids 12 and under are free. So that's a Back to the 50s. But yeah, you're right. There's nothing to do here. Bobby Isabella, thanks for being an NCTV45 family member. And Mike M.O. Morgan. Okay. Bobby Isabella. He has joined the NCTV45 family, and that's great. Like I said, we get so many of these in. Sean Novak, thank you. Congratulations on that. Okay, Louis Perrot, watching from Florida. That tells you the strength of the community. And I'm going through this not to bore you, but to give you an idea how happy people are with NCTV 45. Now, we just have to make this go further into developing what we have here as a great tradition as a place like Newcastle. Matt Russick, thank you. And I'm reading the names today. You know, Motown 2217 subscribed. Thank you, Motown 2217. And thank you to the Philadelphia Bite magazine, who subscribed to Cookin' and Castle. J&J, you should know that. Here's an email. Speedway is coming to Newcastle. Speedway owner cited for not participating in worker shot in robbery business insurance. I don't get that, but Sue Linville, send me an email if there's something you have to say. Ray Russick, again, congratulations for joining the NCTV 45 family. And a lot of you people join when it's a little bit quieter. You're trying to join in the middle of a basketball game or a football game is crazy. Mr. Joseph R. Fusco, thanks for joining the NCTV 45 family. Rebecca Nacera, thank you. There's a letter from a sponsor, Amy Naples Middleton. What a quite a list here of people as we go through this. Gary Kanji, okay. And Harley Schoaf, who's always there. Rachel Crawl. And Dale Cartwright. He reminds you about that, Lawrence County Lightning Hockey. So keep those things in mind. To the person that's sending out really raunchy stuff, stop it. Eddie Urine, thanks for all your support of baseball in Newcastle, and we thank you for it. Matt Staniszewski, I called yesterday, Matt, and Entrepreneur 2.0 series, and that's coming up, and we will get to that, and I have to give you another call so that we could get all the proper information out there. And I believe that's going to do it for the mailbag as we head through there. So I'd like to thank everybody that wrote in, mailed in, and we'll definitely be keeping you informed up there and know what's going on. Now, we covered sports. I guess we have to get to Crane Room 45 weather.
programming provided through funding from Daimio and Olson Law Group, with offices in Elwood City and in Newcastle in the Washington Center. Daimio and Olson Law Group. Today's programming furnished by a grant from Chalala and Carney Florist on Mill Street in Newcastle. Special thanks to Butts, Flowers, Gifts, and More in downtown Newcastle for their support and funding of this program. Butts Flowers, downtown Newcastle. A special thanks to Paul D. Weller Hardware in Mahoningtown for providing funding for this program. Thanks to Arlington Market, 726 Arlington Avenue, Newcastle, PA. Groceries, lunch meat, fresh cut meats, produce. It's Arlington Market who provided funding for this program.
We're going to get to it right after this. Yes, welcome. And it's time for Crane Room 45 weather. And right now, outside, 45 degrees under partly cloudy skies. And what's your day look like? High of 72 with increasing clouds. Tonight, chance of showers, 40%. And an overnight low of 56. Thursday, showers, 66. Chance of rain, 80%. Thursday night, low of 41. Chance of showers Thursday night, 80%. Friday, out comes the sun. Gary, have that suntan lotion. High of 51. So it'll be a nice day to drive to the game wherever it's going to be. And Friday night, slight chance of showers. Low around 38. And there's a 20% chance of rain. Saturday, the rain continues. And then partly sunny skies with a high of 57. But the rain chance Saturday is only 30%, so that's good. It increases to 60% overnight with a low around 50. Showers are likely on Sunday with cloudy skies. Daytime high 60, overnight low 53, and a chance of rain 50%. As you go to Monday, showers, likely cloudy, high near 60, and a 60% chance of rain, which continues on through the evening with a low of 52. Tuesday, chance of showers, mostly cloudy, high of 57. Now that was Crane Room 45 weather, and we're going to be back to wrap this up right after these words. Well, that's going to do it here for this edition of the morning show / NewsWatch, just to get everything out. And I do apologize, when you're dealing with that much information, it becomes very difficult to do it all. Hopefully, we get some people to NCTV45. And I think that the NCTV45 family is growing. We have people advertising. We have people doing shows. So you keep watching and tell a friend. And by all means, get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. Good seeing you.